Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. It is Monday morning, and I cannot wait to give you this podcast. Basically, on Mondays, what we do is we go through my week in numbers. It's been an week, but this week coming, the Monday to Sunday that we're talking about, is going to be disastrous by the figures. I've never, ever seen anything like it. Honestly, when I read it, you had to pick me up off the floor. How many move-outs we're going to have? I contacted James, and James said, yeah, well, I expected you to get in touch. But obviously, you can't control the move-outs. But what we do want to do, we want to be proactive with this. And I want my team to contact every single move-out. And basically what we're going to find out is, why are you moving out? Is there any particular reason? Is there any underlying reason? And so we're going to wrap it up in a nice tidy bow saying, thank you very much. We always contact people at the end of their stay. Thank you very much. We just want to take a minute to say we appreciate you and your custom. Don't forget, if you ever recommend us to your friend, we give you £50. Is there anything we can improve on? And also, is there any particular reason why you're moving out? So we get that nugget of information, because obviously you can't control the move outs. You can control the move-ins. That's it. However, we can have some sort of influence over future move-outs if we're doing something wrong. And so many people overlook that and just think, do you know what? We can't do anything. What can we do? Well, we can be proactive and speak to the customers who are actually moving out. So that's what I'm going to ask my team to do this week. Hopefully, they was going to already do that anyway without me asking them to do it, but we'll see. Probably not. Right. Okay. So this coming week, I've got some really, really good podcasts for you. On Wednesday, this is one of the most listened to podcasts. I put an offer in a place where I will be getting a 40% return on investment, cash on cash, after 12 months. I put an offer in it. So listen to it. See what you think. Yeah, I really do think that it's an absolute awesome location. So many people say I give too much away on this podcast, and they are right. But there's so many opportunities in the UK right now that I can't do them all. And so therefore, why not spread the love? Why not talk about it? And yeah, it's going to cost less than 200 grand. I go through the whole amount in numbers. I go through my whole spreadsheet, my projections, and I just run through it all with you. It's going to cost less than 200 grand, and we're going to get a 43% return. Cash on cash, I do projections for £17 a week, £18 a week, £19 a week, and £20 a week. And I give you the ROI for all of them as well. It's nearly 50% if we get £20 a week. Incredible numbers there. And on Friday, I talked to you about insurances, because insurances for me is somewhat still underutilized. It's underutilized in this industry. I really do believe that we can maximize this. And it's not maximizing money just for money's sake. It's a win. And by the way, we're a capitalist society. Why can't we make money? Making money is not bad. And it's a win for the customer, and it's a win for you. You've got to correctly insure people's belongings. You wouldn't get away with insuring a Ferrari for a Mini's price. So why do it in self-storage? And just because it seems to be easy money, it's kind of frowned upon. Listen, you're leaving money on the table if you do not make the most of insurance. And so I am going to go through exactly what we charge and how we get 15% for our insurance on Friday. So stay tuned for that one. Okay, right. So our week in numbers, have I got anything else to go through? No, I don't. Right, amount of quotes, 50. So we've got 50 quotes. The stamp duty is now off now. That stamp duty that was the extra bit of funding that we got for stamp duty, we didn't get, but there was obviously a relief on stamp duty. That's now finished. So I'm over the moon that we got 50 quotes still. That is really good. Amount of quotes per day is 7.14. Number, this is a bit harder to read because it's automated sheet. And Mrs. Joe Moon, I will make sure that we send this sheet to you. I know you've asked for it, and I am on it. I've got it on my list to do tonight. It's Sunday evening. I've got it on my list to do tonight to email Angela and ask her to forward it on to you. Right, so let's have a look. So number of reservations were 15. That means we had a conversion rate from quotes to reservations of 30%. Happy with that, really. And by the way, if I am a little bit more than normal, it's because I've just watched the Man City versus Liverpool match, and I've just been shouting me off at the television. So I feel like wired. Okay. And I'm still not drinking, by the way. So I haven't even had a drop of drink. It's just me. Right, get on with it, Dean. Okay. I'm not drinking, by the way, because it's sober October. However, I'm only doing up until the 17th of October, and I started it earlier on in September, so I still got the same amount, just because I'm going on holiday and I want to drink on holiday. Right, let's get on with it. So 30% conversion rates from quotes to reservations. Super stuff from the team there. We aim for 30%. So brilliant stuff. Number of forward move-ins, 53.33%. Amazing stuff. If we get over 50%, then I'm happy. I'm golden. It's brilliant. Number of new move-ins is 11, and that's a conversion rate of 22%. Quotes to move-ins. We want it to be around about 25, but if we get anywhere between 20 and 25, then it's acceptable. Number of new square foot moved in was 1,150. Other move-ins were 6. So that means total amount of move-ins were 1,450. The Transit versus the Luton. The Transit was 7. Guess how many the Luton was? 5. So the Transit wins this week. Percentage quote breakdown. Google. We had 74% of our quotes from Google. We had 10% of our quotes from word of mouth. So 37 from Google, 5 from word of mouth, 6 from passing by, which is 12%. And we had 2 from Beverly 20. One from Beverly 24, which is 2%. Used before, social media, estate agents, removals, blogs, etc. was 0. So amount of square foot moved in was 1,450. Amount of square foot moved out. You'll have to wait until a word from our sponsor. I was going for a drink then. I ain't even got a drink. Finished my Diet Coke. So the amount of square foot moved down. 1,810. 1,810. So net square foot was minus 360. Amount of rooms moved in 7. Amount of rooms moved out 20. So that means that we have got 365 internal rooms occupied at the minute. Amount of containers in 5. Amount of containers out 1. So we've got 39 containers occupied. Now, don't forget that to maximize the space, the car park, we've got containers from all shapes and sizes. So there might be a 40 square foot, 60 square foot, etc. So we've got loads of different containers now. The problem is I don't want us, they're an easier sell because it's cheaper outside. So I don't want us to be, we've got to be careful because we might be selling them as opposed to selling inside because it's easier. That is my issue. That's my problem. That's a little bit of a worry. So we'll see how it goes. So it's something to be aware of. Car parking, none in, none out. We've got 12 car parking spaces. Store occupancy is 84.57. So still super duper. We're still good. Still golden. However, this next week, oh God, I forgot about it while I was talking. We'll get to a minute. Weekly average sales per moving is £19.37. Not bad. We tried for 25 quid. Amount of insurance sold this week is £51,000. And that was £4,636 average insurance sold. We want to be 5,000, so a little bit below par there. Amount of move-ins due next week, 535 square foot. I genuinely feel horrible reading this out. Amount of move-outs, 23 move-outs. Incredible. 23 move-outs. Amount of square foot due out next week is 2,190. Wow. What can you say? What can I say? I'm just devastated. I feel like going to cry. Obviously, I'm not going to cry. What am I do? What can you do? So it's going to be eye-opening. First of all, what Jim's going to do tomorrow is find out how many of us have actually had price increases. I know we normally do this on a monthly basis, but 23 move-outs. We can either be proactive or reactive. Let's be proactive right now. We've got to be proactive and see, okay, how many, because as you know, we're very, very aggressive with our price increases at the minute because we're so full. So let's be proactive and find out exactly how many of those people have had a price increase recently. And then we can use that data. At the minute, we know it's around about 75% of people who are moving out haven't had a price increase in the last 3 months. That's our data. We know that to be factual on the data we have. Granted, small sample size, but it's the only data that we have at the minute. So we built a report recently to do that because you want to know as much information as possible, because the more information you have, the more educated and informed decisions you can make moving forward. So why wouldn't you have that data? You must have that data. By the way, if anybody wants that, sheet, that plugin for Space Manager, let me know and we paid for it to be developed, but we can send it out to you guys, and therefore you don't need to obviously pay Space Manager and you get that information yourself. Right, let's have a look at our weekly revenue check. Revenue, at the end of the day, revenue is all that matters. By the way, I am doing key performance indicators, the 5 key performance indicators, and what metrics affect those 5 key performing indicators and what we can do to increase those 5 key performing indicators. So I'm doing a massive training on that. Sitting down probably an hour a day and going through it. Hopefully there'll be a big booklet or something, a PDF, or I don't know, even a book. I don't know. It's going to be good. It literally is your guide to running the self-storage. It literally is everything you need to know. And it's just handed in the booklet, a PDF, and wham, there you go. It will be incredible. No, it will be my Bible. It will be, like, for example, I get so many questions from mates of mine who are going into self-storage now. There's other business people I know who I've been telling to get into self-storage. And so rather than me being on the phone with them all the time, I can just give them this booklet and say, there you go. There's my Bible. That's how we run a self-storage. If you need to increase quotes, this is what you do here. You check. If you need to increase your conversions, this is what we need to check. Are we doing everything? If we need to increase revenue, this is what we do. And it's just literally levers. Think about it like a machine. If we want more money, we just pull that lever, and hopefully more money should come out the bottom. Anyway, that's what we're thinking. That's what we're trying to get across. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It should be done in the next couple of weeks, hopefully before my holiday. I go on holiday in 1 week on Saturday. Right. So revenue, it is £19,988.87 at Stormore. We had £310.77 worth of bounce direct debits. No bounce direct debits at Beverly, but it wasn't a great takings. It was £2,043. That's what we took at Beverly. So in total, we took £22,031.87. So it was a pretty all right-ish week. Let's have a look. The revenue check. There's no point even telling you revenue check for October so far, because obviously at the start of the month, we are down, we're £5,000 down just about at Stormore and £1,100 down at Beverly. So that's true period revenue versus actual revenue. Just to give you a quick update on Clough Road, by the way, Clough Road is going nicely. Spoke to the developer. There's been a little bit of a problem apparently. Can't remember exactly what it was. He told me on Thursday, but do you know what? I don't mind, to be honest, when we open. Obviously, you want to be open as soon as possible, but it's going to be either November or December. So if it's December or January, it doesn't matter, because obviously the busy time is in the summer. So it doesn't really matter to me when we open on that front. Right, revenue check for September. September revenue check, really good. £84,794.92. Was a true period revenue that we're supposed to take at Stormore. The actual revenue, really good. Didn't think would be plus, was £87,824.46. So we had a positive £3,029.54 there. Beverly, true period revenue was £15,069.87. The actual revenue is £16,071.84. £1,001.97 positive at Beverly. Do you know what? Just quickly before you go, do you know how I feel right now regarding the stories this week? I know that I can't really do anything. There's nothing I can do now to influence this week. I just can't do it. There's nothing I can do. Everything's in place. So as good as self-storage is, because it's a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle business, it is very, very tough in terms of you being actually able to affect something in the short to medium term. It's all long term. So something I do now, decisions I do now, won't affect it until maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks down the line. Yes, we might get more reservations if we drop the price, if we have an offer on but it won't really start hitting the bottom line until, because don't forget, yes, we've got 50% off at the minute, which is increasing the reservations. However, it doesn't really increase the revenue that much until the second month we're in, because obviously, and it's really the third month, because if you come in on the 15th of the month, that means it's 15th of October, you come in, the 15th to the 15th to the 15th of September, or thereabouts, 28 days, but say for argument's sake, 15th of October to 15th of November, you're paying half price. And then you'll be paying full price, but it's only for 2 weeks you're paying full price for that November. So it doesn't really take into effect and doesn't really affect the revenue until maybe December, when the full month of December, you'll be paying full price. And so the decisions that we make right now, we're kind of handcuffed a little bit. Yes, we can make the right decisions for long term, but I can't do anything right now to affect it right now. Or there's very, very limited things that I can do to affect next week, apart from G up the staff. There's not a lot. There's not a lot we can do. It's beautiful in one respect, because it's a very, very hands-off business in terms of if you get the structure right, first of all, and the systems in place, then it's wonderful. But then I've been used to businesses where if it's something's not working, I can change something in some marketing or some advertisements or my Facebook ads or my YouTube ads or whatever it is, and I can change it. I can see instant results. However, in this business, we can't, which is pros and cons. I kind of feel a little bit helpless in the short to medium term. There's nothing I can do this week to improve the square footage move out next week. Nothing I can do. Next week, whatever I do this week, it probably won't even affect next week. It's further down the line. And by the way, there's nothing I want to change at the minute because as you can see, the conversions, quotes to reservations are 30%. We've got 55%. We've got 55% forward move-ins, so that ticks a box. We do need to have a payment system set up on our website, which we're talking to our 2 developers now about. It's finally come back on board as one of the other ones. And then the other developer's gone missing. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. So it's a wonderful business, but it's like a massive ship. There's very, very little that we can do right now to turn that ship around. It just turns very gradually. Think about Big Yellow though. You've got a big advantage because your ship is a lot smaller and a lot more nimble than Big Yellow. So we can change and save store. So we can change and we can implement things a lot faster than they can. So we've got a big, huge advantage over them businesses. Obviously, they've got an advantage in different ways, but we have got our individual, independent advantage as well. All right, guys, I'm going to stop yapping. I'm really looking forward to this week. I've got plenty on. Hopefully, before the end of this month, we can talk about 2 new sites. I'm very confident about 2, not the Beverley new site, but the somewhere. Not Clough Road, because I've already talked about, but I can tell you about 2 new ones that we're going after at the minute, and that will make us have 5 sites, which will be nice. But obviously not just yet because we need to build them and stuff like that, and what have you. But yeah, 5 sites. That's a minimum that I want to have signed 2 more sites before the end of this year, and 5 sites going into 2022, going to war with, and then who knows what's going to happen next year. Hopefully a load more. All right, guys, girls, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday and week. And don't forget to attack the week. All right, my friends, I'm getting out of here. See you. Bye.